Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. We are from Group 4, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to present our proposal. And today, we will be presenting our analysis and recommendation for quick response to our marketing campaign. And our title today is Improving Marketing Effectiveness. So this is our member group. My name is Isa Ariani.
My name is Nur My name is Nur Aisha Safia binti Muhammad Rafidi.
My name is Nur Enisa Umar binti Ghazali.
Throughout this presentation, we will discuss the issues behind low customer engagement, evaluate the available option, and propose the most effective solution to improve marketing performance. So, I want to ask to you all, if you look at this picture, which at first sitting that attract your if you look at this picture, which advertising that attract your interest more, the left one or the right one? Okay, exactly. Because the customer engagement, like the content that relevant, creative, interest, and easy to understand, right? So if the company fail to do that, the customer engagement will lower. Despite the company have high advertising expenditure. So, have you ever wondered why customer ignoring our campaign even the company have spent more money to pay advertising? And this is our problem. The problem is the company recently launched a marketing campaign for a new product. However, despite high advertising expenditure, the customer engagement will lower than our expected, and the campaigns receive the little number for a click, comment, and share. So it is not effective to our company to capture the customer attention. And what the impact for our company? The impact is the company will face several negative consequences like low engagement. Low engagement can reduce brand awareness, weaken customer engagement, weaken customer interest and trust, and then poor social media, and also decrease sales opportunity. So the company will not satisfactory to its marketing investment. Why this issue is important? This issue is important because the customer engagement is one of the key indicators to get the marketing successful. Without marketing engagement, we may fail to get the success. We may fail to strengthen the company's competitive in the market. So if you look at this consumer advertising behavior, 55% of consumer is skip the ads, and another 37% is ignoring the ads. Skip means that the company just skip, not watch the ads and ignore it. They watch the ads, but they don't care about purpose of these ads. So this means the customer and the company should give the best content to the customer.
Thank you. Now I will walk through the problem identification because I want to talk about why our marketing may fail. So there is 4 specific problems based on our analysis. We will walk through one by one. So the first one is unclear communication. So if we look at this advertisement, as we can see, we cannot understand the purpose of the promotion they are doing there. As you can see, they put the price, but there is too much information that we cannot see the actual purpose of the advertisement. So when our customer do not see the actual purpose of the advertisement, it will then lead the customer to not understand the value or the actual product that we are selling. So this will disinterest our customer to watch our product. In other aspect, most of the company problem that most of the marketing problem that we are facing is actually that we focus more on selling the product instead of telling or explaining to the customer what our product can actually help or enhance their lives. So, to complete this part, to complete this point, what we are trying to say that we have for an ad, we have to be more straightforward and more short and keep it simple, straightforward. Because for marketing, we have to make sure that our advertisement answer the problem to customer. The question that most customer ask is what this product or what this thing can solve for us in the first few seconds, so that the customer will continue to keep watching our ads or take a look at our products. So the next point is lack of credibility. So as we know, in this world right now, almost all brands in this world is using the advertisement or marketing campaigns, meaning that most of the consumer will see those thousands of ads daily, every day. So if our advertisement is not creative or uninteresting or maybe too repetitive or no originality, then this will lead to the customer not interested in watching our ads, and it will not our ads stand out. So from the research made by Rose in 2020, it is said that most of the originality and credibility will tend to make the customer more memorable about the ads. So the next part is outdated social media knowledge. Because as we know, nowadays in this world, most people use social media, right? Especially for the youngsters. So let's take one of the social media that big trending nowadays, which is threads. So in threads, if we mention about threads, try to take a look at one specific brands that are known in this platform. So, for example, Zeus Coffee. So Zeus Coffee, mostly they tend to interact with their customer, especially when their customer complain about something or talking about the problem that they are having about their products. Zeus Coffee tend to respond very fast in this platform, which is one of the best platform for free marketing, because it did not use any cost, as you can just post and interact with the audience and our targeted customer. So if we fail to understand the social media language nowadays, it will lead to the lost visibility and the engagement with the audience, because the failure will lower the engagement and the reach. So the last one is the content does not match the audience. As we know, in this marketing, we have different segments of consumer. For example, we have age, gender, culture, lifestyle, and income. Let's take a look at one, for example, age. If we target a younger generation, then we have to put more humorous type of marketing or something fun graphic to attract the youngster, because that's how they tend to attract to certain stuff. If our customer or our targeted customer is professional, then our ads have to be more educational and professional to look at, because adults used to take a look more on the purpose of the marketing instead of trying to feel the entertain or connection in it. So that's why the market research is very important, because it helps us to understand our targeted audience deeply and understand their preference, interests, and behaviors so that we can make the ads more interesting.
So, based on what they have stated, it seems like our company may not have a product problem, but our company may have a communication problem. Therefore, we would like to propose a solution which is revising the marketing content and strategies. So, how exactly can we do this? There are 5 alternatives to revise the marketing content and strategy. Now, I want all of you to look at the before and after we do the revising marketing content strategies. First, we can write better headlines to a better customer engaging and attention grabbing. Second, we should use new photos and videos because customers prefer real experiences rather than perfect AI photos. If you go to a shop and you see AI photos being the advertisement, would you buy from the shop? No, right? Because customers prefer real genuine experience from another customer. Let's see the sample from our customer that I would like to show you. This is the sample from our customers, but I need to blur it due to the privacy reason. Next, we can create a short form videos because the customers now have the short limited attention span, so they need to watch a short videos, so they don't need to spend more and think what is the advertisement is trying to deliver the message to them. First, the company should test 2 different advertisement version that we call it as A/B testing. So the company can know which advertisement resonates with their audience. And lastly, the company should simplify their message because the customers don't want to be confused. What is the company is trying to deliver? They want a quick, short message, just like this. For the example, our comprehensive platform optimize your end-to-end customer engagement. It is so long, dull, and very paragraph and very boring to the customers. Some customers. So we transform it to 1 click and it's yours. So the real question is this solution worth implementing? To answer your question, firstly, the reverse marketing content leads to a better brand awareness. When we update the content, it actually strengthens the brand presence and let the customer remember and recognize our brand. In fact, a study found that 70% of the customers actually feel more connected to a brand when they can recognize the brand and when the company actually has an active online strategy. This shows that when the customer remember the brand, they would likely to choose it over its competitors. Secondly, reverse marketing content increase the customer trust. Fresh and relevant content actually shows that the company understands its customer and want to continuously provide its value to them. A study made by 2 researchers show that regularly updated content actually earns the customer trust and build the long-term loyalty. So when a customer trusts the brand, they are not only would come back and purchase the next good from the company, but they will also recommend the brand to others. And thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, the reverse marketing content actually creates a stronger competitive advantage. I would like to be honest with you. Prices can be matched. Products can be copied. But the company that understands its customers and want to provide its values consistently to them actually is much harder to imitate. A study found that a company that continuously revises their strategies actually actually has much more successful in winning and gaining new customers. This shows that the company that are adept is more likely to stay ahead from its competitors, and that's what our company is trying to achieve. We want to stay ahead of our competitors, and that's why we implement the revising marketing content and strategies. And fourthly, revising marketing content reaches the wider audience. Today's customer, they engage with different content. For example, social medias and videos. According to Cisco 2018, he states that the company that internet traffic consists of 82% of internet traffic consists of video content. This shows that the company that are adept with their content format is actually moving forward, leaving the companies that are not adapting with their content format according to the recent changes in the technology. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, the reverse marketing content actually has reverse marketing content actually has the reverse marketing content is a cost-effective strategy. I would like to compare the reverse marketing content with traditional advertising. When we reverse the marketing content, it actually requires lower costs, and at the same time, it generates a higher and long-term revenue. A study found that companies' research has highlighted that the reverse marketing content has a longer shelf life rather than a one-way marketing message. If you're asking me, what is one-way marketing message and what is shelf life? Shelf life means our advertisement would not be expired and would be relevant from time to time because we keep revising our content. And what is one-way marketing message? One-way marketing message is when the company, they actually send the message to SMS, and they don't expect and they don't let the customers give a feedback or review to improve their advertisement. And that's what we call it as simply as one-way communication, and our company want to avoid to do one-way communication or one-way marketing message. So, to conclude that our company can maximize our impact by not spending much on marketing expenses, but we can continuously revising marketing content since it saves more money and more money. That is the problem.
Thank you so much, Safia. Now we're going to take a look about the possible challenges that could arise and also the recommended solutions to overcome the possible challenges. So the first one is the unclear value proposition. When we going to launch a new campaign, we must set a very clear value proposition. If it's unclear value proposition, customer did not receive the benefit behind the new campaign that launches a new product. So the reason to overcome the solution is that the value proposition explicitly in pre and post campaign measurement. What it means is that the company should do the measurement on the value proposition to enhance the customer feedback about the campaign that launching a new product. Secondly, we're going to talk about the customer targeting. The reason why customer targeting is very important when we launching a campaign that proposes a new product is because when we have such an insufficient market research, that is improper, could lead to misalignment about the campaign itself. To overcome this solution, the company itself should conduct a deep research that invests both in quantitative and qualitative research. This could help to track the company, the KPIs to implement in the campaign itself. By targeting the right customer audience is supported by the SEF and NOAA by in year 2020 in year 2012. It stated that the choice of audio segment is very important because it could increase the strategy of the business, and then we could widen our channel option and also component option. Secondly, about the weak masses comprehension. So the reason why our company is lack of the customer engagement is because the internal language that is used in the campaign itself is very hard to understand by the customer. So if the customer itself do not understand the meaning or its key benefit that we implemented in the campaign, the customer would not be attracted to it and would not aware about the campaign that we launched. So to overcome these challenges is that we could implement both observation and also comprehensive check toward our company campaign. So this could keep everything in track because we follow everything to advertise in the social media, for example, our TikTok page or Instagram page. Next, and what are the implementation plans to avoid this thing could happen again? So we move to the implementation plan. So quick response to marketing plan campaign is a very common challenge that happens nowadays in the business industry. So to overcome this problem, we should have the implementation plan that is good structure, and then our implementation plan consists of 5 phases. For the first phase is that diagnose campaign performance. Before we could do a further action toward the implementation plan, we should diagnose the campaign itself first. This is because we should identify the root problem of the marketing campaign itself. We should identify what is the actual cause that happened towards to our low engagement of customer regarding the campaign that we want to launch a new product. So to diagnose the campaign performance is based on the 4 different objectives itself that have the company to see what is going on about the campaign that receives such low interest of customer. So for the first objective is the awareness. Whether the campaign itself is seen by the right customer target. If it is not seen by the right customer target, then the awareness of the campaign itself is not reached. Secondly, the engagement. Spark meaningful interaction between the company and also the customer. So as we identify is that our engagement of customer is very low. That is why we should identify the objective of engagement very clearly. Thirdly is conversion, is to drive specific action. By its means is that we have to revise the campaign itself to promote to the customer for the better plan. And then fourth is intention is to deepen loyalty over time towards our customer, whether it is a new customer or our old customer. And then by diagnose campaign performance, we have to identify the weaknesses and strengths in the marketing campaign. We can identify whether how should we do to diagnose the campaign performance. And then for the phase 2 is strategic and clear value proposition. So clear value proposition is known as customer segmentation. So customer segmentation is very important in marketing businesses. So the term was popularized in 1988 by McKinsey and Company paper that describes value proposition itself as a very clear and simple statement of benefit and explanation of on why customers should choose a product by highlighting its key benefit. So that is why a clear and very strategic value proposition is very important toward the campaign. Because by doing a clear value proposition will make the headline of the campaign have a strong case that could attract customers. Because we are going to introduce a very catchy slogan that will attract customers in the campaign itself. And then we can also provide the sub-headline to support the headline of our value proposition. For example, we could specify the detail of the new product that we're going to launch by deliver this value, and also specify example why the customer needed the new product that we're going to launch in the campaign. Next. And then for the phase 3 is personalization and content optimization. So this is very crucial for the company to stay ahead of the competition, because when we release a new campaign that produce a new product, personalization and content optimization is very important because we want to know what customer really want. So when we launch a campaign, we actually want the product itself to be suitable for the customer need. And then we can conquer the precise target group of customer based on behavior of customer itself, demographic, and last but not least, the preference. For the behavior of the customer is the attraction, action, and also purchasing habit of the customer. For the demographic is age, gender, income, and education. When you want to produce a product, whether it is suitable for the demographic section that suitable for either age, gender, or income. And the last but not least is preferences. Similar selective taste and buying behavior that could mean that if you want to produce a new product, whether the preference of the customer really related of the product itself. And then this will help to maximize the effectiveness of the launching of the campaign itself. And then for the phase 4 is to optimize campaign channel and implementation. So by doing this, we have to reviewing the performance data of our recently campaign that introduced a new product, identifying what is not working in the campaign, why we receive such a very low engagement customer, even though we already launched a campaign that show a new product for the customer. So what we have to do is that we make it a smart change to implement for our new campaign that we're going to release the same product, but just small changes that happen. And we can develop a very comprehensive strategy to actually achieve this by following the objective through content marketing, social media, email, and also paid advertising. So the reason why optimized campaign channel and optimization is very important is because it is to maintain our strong brand image. We could provide a seamless customer experience by changing the new campaign from our old campaign. And then lastly, for the phase 5 is continuous improvement and campaign improvement. So we could provide insight into performance and effectiveness. For example, this phase will happen when we already made changes toward the implementation plan that we have already created. So we have to do a continuous improvement to actually find the insight whether the campaign is successful or not. So how to do that is that by develop a very comprehensive strategy to achieve the company objective through impression, click conversion, engagement rate, and also sentiment analysis. We could identify whether our customer impression is already through our objective or not. And then this is to help the company to protect image, because when we launch a campaign that is not receive a lot of customer engagement, we have to revise the marketing and sales and content of itself, so that we could protect our customers and also to fight our own competitors.
So for the conclusion, successful marketing is no longer by how much the company spend on advertising or how effectively it captures customer attention, but revising the marketing message and content is the most strategic approach to increase engagement.
Now let's proceed with the Q&A question.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, my first question is for Ms. Lisa. Okay. Tell me, what is the main reason why you believe that this suggested proposal would be effective? Will be effective. Okay, I repeat again. Tell me, what is the main reason you believe this suggested proposal would be effective?
This proposal is effective because by revising marketing, we can evaluate our content and the feel in the message to attract interest the customer.
Okay, thank you very much. Next is for Ms. Nur Aina. Okay. What would you do if this suggested proposal face resistance and criticism from the management?
Thank you for the question. So I think if this proposal is facing that kind of problem, we need to maybe we revise back the content of this proposal, as we are kind of think that this proposal is very restrictive, because the implementation that we put and the phase that we have created is quite effective with the research that we have done.
Next question for Ms. Aisha. Okay, tell me, why should the stakeholders support your proposal?
Thank you for your question. The stakeholders should accept our proposal because it requires lower cost. As you know, every company always aim to maximize their profit and reduce their spending. So, when we can revise the marketing content, we actually can reduce the marketing spending and focus on the other areas like labor of wages of the worker and the and etc. So that's why the stakeholders should accept our proposal because it can generate a long-term revenue, but at the same time, it can reduce our spending on the marketing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, you can wrap and conclude. You don't want to wrap and conclude? Sorry, one more. Okay, one more question from Ms. Elisa.
Yes.
What resources might be needed to implement this proposal?
In my opinion, I think the important resources to implement this proposal is basically the budgetary resources in the company. Because when we revising the marketing and the content of the campaign itself, we need a proper resources of the budgeting. Because as we know, the company itself aim to reduce the spending assets toward the campaign. Because when we want to introduce a campaign, it requires a huge lot of expenses. So by providing a very budget to the company, it will help to reduce. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's a problem. Thank you. Thank you.